Peace, peace. This is DJ Ohlow coming to you live from Radio Fairfax here in Fairfax, VA. I got a full house of producers, man, and I got a producer on the phone that goes by NateOG, repping Detroit, Michigan. He does a lot of work out here in the DC metropolitan area. I wanted to retract the statement that I made earlier. I said DMV. And anybody that follows this show, anybody that knows me knows that I hate to say DMV, man. So I just want to retract that DMV from earlier and just say this is the DC metropolitan area. But we got NateOG on the phone. Peace. What's good, fam?
What's good, fam? Peace to you and the whole team, the crew that's in the studio, man. What's good?
That's what's up, man. I finally got you on the line, man. So same question to you, man. First of all, let people know who you are. Let people know what you do. And then the same question to you, man. What is a hit record to you?
Okay, I'm gonna try to give y'all the short version because I'm not sure how long the interviews will last. But,
Word.
You know what I mean? I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, born and raised, West Side Detroit. 2 miles away from where Eminem comes from, just for a fact. Wanted to be a DJ first back in '92 after seeing Juice, but financially couldn't do it because I wasn't, economics and things, I wasn't able to do it. Started working at 17 at the local McDonald's, started stacking some change, but all the while I realized I was DJing even back, in middle school and high school because I would make like mixtapes in the hood. Wherever the hottest song was, I would be the first to the record store, cop them, dub them, and sell them in the hood for like $5. And I had like bus fare, hangout money and stuff like that. So now that I think about it, I've been making mixtapes as far as like DJing. I've been doing that before, I started messing around, even though I'm still a novice like a beginner, but even before I started messing around with the equipment. But always wanted to produce. My dad was a musician. He played in a band, and I seen, that's my first recollection of music was when I was like 8. And him and my Uncle Emery had a birthday party, and they were, playing. He was playing his bass guitar. So, at that point, I saw the enjoyment he had on his face. He never said do music, but seeing the enjoyment, that's when I became, interested. Growing up from 1980 to,
All right, hold on, man. I got to slow you down, man. That's the longest short version I ever heard, man. We'll come back and chop it up a little bit more, man. But just let us know what makes a hit record, man. What's a hit record? What do you think is a hit record? What's a hit record to you?
Hey, I think the state of the music right now, the industry is determining that. One, a hit record is looked at as most bought, spins or whatnot. But I think the real key, if you want to take it back to the golden era and how, any music, whether from the 70s, 80s, and up, it's always been about quality, something that sparks nostalgia. Like, you couldn't, have, a CD now. If you buy CDs, your favorite songs are going to be, like, a Lil Wayne. It might be the 2 songs you hear on the radio. That's considered, if it sells 1 million, that's considered, a classic or, a hot record. It needs to be brought back to quality and relatability. Not everybody, our age and up is trapping, doing all this other stuff that's popular. It needs to be brought back to quality of material and skill. That's my definition.
Word, that's what's up, man. So let me ask you this, though. Who determines what a hit record is, man? Because I know you said earlier you said the people, but you said it needs to go back to the quality in the music, right? And right now, I mean, anybody who really follows music knows that the music or the hits that are supposedly the hits today is not quality music. So, in your opinion, man, who decides what a hit is? Is it the people? Is it the labels? Is it other musicians?
I put it like this. I think the people really are responsible as far as the purchasing, like the money that's made. But the industry, as far as mainstream, you look at Time Warner and all these labels, no disrespect, there is more of a corporation, so they determine what's a hit by, tracking the sales through Billboard and stuff. When actually the people who are purchasing are making that choice to fund that, to support that. But I think the labels and the producers, and whoever the artists they putting their money into at the time, really I think the label has ultimate power right now as far as mainstream music.
Word, that's what's up, man. Midas, same question to you, man.
About what makes a hit, or
well, no, I mean just about who determines what a hit is. Is it the label? Is it the general public? Is it other musicians that say, yo, like we gotta induct you into the Hall of Fame? You know what I'm saying? Like what determines what a hit is? Because we can all break down music, and I guarantee everybody here will have a different favorite track and say that's, my favorite hit or whatever. But what really determines it? Because right now, because when we talk about hits, I guess we talk about stuff in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there's to me, it seems like everybody who's dropping music today says, "Yo, I got a hit, I got a hit, I got a hit." You know what I'm saying? But none of these are hitting. None of these are banging, man.
Yeah.
And so I just want to know, what is it gonna take, man? What is it gonna take to find like that hit track again? You know what I'm saying?
True. It's a tough question to answer. I would say ideally, what determines a hit would be the test of time, and ideally it would be the masses, the people. If that was if those were like two main determining factors, but there's so much that's happening nowadays as far as I think like branding and marketing and putting money behind certain things that a hit can be. So
does money make a hit?
I mean, in this day and age, I think we've all seen examples where that has happened before. It's unfortunate. I wish we didn't have to say that, but I think there are some examples out there that the type of backing has propelled certain songs or certain types of songs to quote unquote hit status.
Word. In your opinion, man, do you like you said, people put money into music, and that's kind of, they put money into marketing and stuff like that. Is that what you look for in music? Or are you looking for somebody to really market their music and record in a high quality studio? And is that what you're really looking for? Or are you looking for the integrity of the music, the quality of the actual song itself?
Right. I mean,
or does it have to be a combination of both?
I mean, what got me into music in the first place was just the feelings, the reaction I had first time hearing it. So that's what I look for, whenever I listen or whenever I check for something. If I hear something and I immediately like hit that screw face, then it's I can't deny it.
Screw face is always a hit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you bob your head and you get that screw face and you kind of zone out, then it's a hit, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Chili Cold. Same question to you, man.
Oh man, this is a topic that's very dear to my heart, man. I mean, personally, my opinion, I feel that there's a difference between a hit record and a classic record. A classic record is something that people can go back to 10 years ago. I still listen to records from the 70s, from the 80s. There's records that I listen to from the 60s and 30s. And it doesn't matter what genre of music it is. A classic record, it's definitely something that you don't hear. It's something that you feel immediately, that it permeates in your soul. It's something that you don't have to put forth effort as far as trying to get into it. It just captures you and grabs your attention. Now, as far as who do I think determines a hit record, I think that the overall industry determines it, the labels, because they, in conjunction with radio, they'll force something down your throat until you like it. That's how I feel. That they will just keep playing it and playing it and playing it. And a lot of people nowadays aren't independent thinkers. So a lot of people are
nowadays from the beginning of time, man.
So associating, a lot of people associate a hit, the public, a lot of the public associates a hit record with how many times they hear it a day. Like, it gotta be hot. And it's kind of like people being more so sheep. Like, okay, these people say this record is hot. This guy say this record is hot. So it must be a hot record because everybody's saying it. But I feel like, when you...
And those are the sheep. You're right, man. That is the 85, man. Dumb, deaf, and blind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, you're right about that, man, in that sense. But I got to take a quick break for PSAs, and then we'll be right back. This is On Beat with Ohlow. I'm going to go out on another Midas beat. This joint's called Secrets, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back in on this joint too, man, because I wanted to just let it play a little bit.
Cool.
On Beat with Ohlow. We'll be right back. Peace.
Radio Fairfax is a 501c3 nonprofit public access station, a service of Cox Communications and Verizon Fios. We are Radio Fairfax.
This is Herb Archie inviting you to join me Tuesdays from 10 p.m. until midnight as host of Jazz Lighthouse, where you'll hear the very best of America's classical music, jazz, That's the Jazz Lighthouse, Tuesdays, 10 p.m. until midnight here on Northern Virginia's one-of-a-kind radio station.
Multiple sclerosis destroys connection. So it's only fitting that connection would be its greatest enemy. Give what you know at msconnection.org. MS kills connection. Connection kills MS.
Peace, peace. This is DJ Ohlow. You tuned in to On Beat with Ohlow, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax here in Fairfax, VA. In the background right now, you hear a beat that was produced by Midas. This joint's called Secrets, right?
Yeah, true.
So tell us about this, man. I don't hear any. I mean, I hear like some little stabs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't hear any heavy sampling, man.
Yeah, this one there's no samples in this one. I play the keys. I teach piano on the side as well.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I didn't know that, man.
Yep. So heavy melodic pianos. Good pocket with the drums. I made this in a hotel room in Ocean City.
Oh, word.
And, yeah, the name of the track comes from like a spot out there called Secrets.
I know Secrets in OC, man.
Yeah.
That was a spot back in the day. They're still around, man?
I think it's still around. I've been like
crazy.
maybe like 2 years back. It was the last time I went out there. But it's still around.
They've been there for a minute, for years, man. Like over 20 years probably, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. This sounds like a Oceanside type of a beat, man.
Right. I mean, it's just like 1 week, and I kind of just wanted to get a change of scenery. I had a lot going on, so I just went out there by myself, locked myself in, and just cranked out.
That's what's up, man. Took your equipment with you?
Exactly. Yep.
Word. That's what's up, man. And speaking of equipment, what do you use, like analog equipment? Because I know you said you play piano.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously that's analog. But do you like analog, or do you use the MIDI with the software? How do you do it, man?
I mean, I've really gotten comfortable with the MIDI and the software. I'm real mobile. I have all my.
It's easy too, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I have my laptop. I have my MIDI controller, and I can go anywhere and produce and make stuff happen. So.
Word. That's what's up. And so you played this. You played all the keys.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Appreciate it, man.
And that's, in my opinion, that's what's missing in music today, is like everything is so electronic, so digital, that people are starting to move away from the art of actually playing instruments, instrumentation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's up. This sounds a lot like your beats, man, because you make music like this too. You know what I'm saying? You make real like melodic, real soulful type stuff. I'm gonna play another one of your joints. It's called In Remembrance. Well, PG, let us know, man. I mean, I know because I know you that you use software, you know what I'm saying? Man, I think you play piano too, right?
Yeah. I play piano too.
Word.
But you're right. With the digital stuff, it's so easy and portable. When you get into analog equipment, you start having to have a lot of microphones, a lot of space, a lot of knowledge on how to actually record and capture that analog sound.
But it's good to have that knowledge.
It's good to have that knowledge, but sometimes, it can be a learning curve you don't want to
exactly
tackle,
because the thing is like and I hear this from a lot of artists, man. They're like, yo, we're creative people, we don't want to spend the time on technical stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's the job of the technical dude, you know what I mean? I mean we got to be Renaissance man though in this day, you know what I'm saying? Like in this time in 2013, man, it's like in my opinion, like we should be able to mix the two. I wish I could play keys like you guys do, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could, because if I could, I'd be on a different level, but I can't. And there's a lot of people that can't, but there's so many people out there, like DJ Premier, in my opinion. He's so good at just sequencing, you know what I'm saying? Just taking sounds and samples and different things and putting them together. And I think today in 2013, with all the software, a lot of people are just sequencing. And nobody's playing anything anymore. A lot of dudes I talk to, they're like, yeah, I got a laptop and I use FL or I use Reason or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's what's up. So, use that with the MPC or like a MPK or a keyboard. And they're like, nah, I just use my laptop. And I'm like, yo, how do you play? Like, all this stuff. And they're like, yo, I played on the keyboard. I'm like, yo, what? I mean, I get it, but I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you supposed to do a performance like that, man? That's what I don't get. You know what I'm saying?
It's surprising, man. If you look on YouTube, you'll see a lot of different new ways people are doing shows with just machine and with MPCs. At first, I was like, there's no way that's going to catch on, but maybe
it's like a whole subculture, man.
Yeah,
you know
maybe that's the new performance, is that you'll see 8-piece bands and it's just one guy.
Yeah,
with a piece of equipment, and that'll be the new thing.
So who's your favorite producer, man? Like what? I'm not talking about who you grew up on. I'm talking about right now in 2013. Like, who do you listen to today? Who are you whipping right now, man, in 2013?
I mean, right now, even is still one of my favorite from back in the day because he came back, and that's Timberland. Because I grew up in the South, and I wasn't really into sampling because it just wasn't really the thing. But you know, Timbo is my favorite producer. What he did with the new JT album, I love it.
Who's JT?
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, okay.
You know, because he's got like a segment at the end of each song that kind of just turned into like a beat break.
Word.
It's almost like it's his part of the song. It's his verse of the song. And you won't hear that part of the song on the radio versions because they cut it, you know, at like 3-4 minutes. But every song is like 7-8 minutes long. And the end is just like a whole nother level, like a remix in the real song. So it's like,
I mean, I already know, man. I haven't heard that album that you're talking
check that
about,
out, man. Check that out, and you'll hear some of his style that you haven't heard in a while because I guess he just hasn't been able to.
I was gonna say he was definitely a game changer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He definitely had the influence. Like today, a lot of people are like, they say that they've been influenced by J.dilla, but he was like for the East Coast, he was like a J.dilla. You know what I'm saying? He just brought this different sound to the public, man. And I want to move over to my man E, because you don't use any digital equipment, man. You got the live band.
Yes,
and
sir.
I wanted to ask you the same questions, man. You know what I'm saying? Just jump right in, man.
That's funny you said Timbaland was your favorite producer, because out of the bat, immediately when you asked that question, Timbaland was the first person that jumped in on my mind, just because a lot of his like sampling and everything like that, I feel like he's not afraid to try new things, and he's not afraid to like go beyond the box, like outside the box, and just make things flow and make things work with different artists. And I feel like his work really does complement and fits in really well with the type of genre and the type of music that other artists support. So he's always been like one of my favorites, like growing up too, listening to his beats.
And he was repping VA that whole time.
Exactly.
When hip hop was like the mecca of hip hop was supposed to be New York and everything. Here comes Timberland from Southern Virginia. And so, I mean, if anyone's been to Southern Virginia, man, they know that Southern Virginia and Northern Virginia are like night and day. You know what I'm saying? But he was still holding it down, man, for everyone, for this area as well, man. You know, everybody passes through D.C. and they know what's up, man. Everybody knows what's up with the D.C. metropolitan area. But he was definitely repping for VA, and he brought all those VA artists out, man. He opened so many doors for these cats in the South, man.
That's respect.
Yeah, it is. It's much respect to Timbo, man. You know what I mean? And he's huge.
Yeah.
He's been working out, man. He's on steroids or something, man.
That guy's
juicing.
Really
Yeah, he's huge now, man. Chili Cold. Same question, man. Who's your favorite producer? Who you listening to today, man?
Oh man, can I name two?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Name 5 if you want, man.
All right, man. I have to first of all give credit where it's due. All time favorite have to be Mike Dean.
Oh, word. Okay.
Mike Dean. I mean, this guy was responsible for the Rap-A-La boom with Scarface, Ghetto Boys, Murray Jane, and even more so now has his hands in so many records. And because he's such a humble dude, he really doesn't boast about it, but he was definitely responsible for a lot of the engineering for Jay-Z and Kanye's Watch the Throne. He did a lot of the mixing, a majority of the engineering, even more so with their hit record, the Purge joint. You know, he did a lot of work on that, man. And this is a guy that just stays busy, but just stays out of the spotlight. And as far as it goes now, it have to be Mike Dean.
Word.
You know, Mike Dean's putting out some dope records. You know, when he did the Sierra joint, you know, it really like confirmed it for me. Like, you know, this is a guy to watch because, you know, he flipped it. He did the R&B record, and that's, you know, myself personally as a producer, you know, I'm just, you know, trying to be more so out the box as far as getting more into the plan, like everyone else has said, PG minus E, you know, has said about it. And, you know, I've been definitely taking some time and incorporating a little more music into the tracks that I do so I can just diversify my portfolio.
And you play an instrument as well, right?
Yes.
You play what, piano as well?
Piano.
Yeah, right?
When I conquer that, I'll move on to the bass guitar and maybe do a little bit of the lead guitar as well.
Word, that's what's up, man. Chili Cole's gonna be like the next Prince, man.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? He's
right.
playing everything, man.
You know, minus the weird pants. You know
And the haircut, right? The high heels,
right.
purple. My man Nate.
Yo, what's good?
What's good, man? Same question to you, man. Who you bumping these days, man? Who's in the whip right now?
All right, man. So I'm gonna do a couple, but I'm gonna tell you right now, since I'm from Detroit, no bias or nothing, but Dilla, like still to this day, he's like my main influence. But as far as like currently, man, a lot of people from y'all area, Low Budget, Logic Bomb, a lot of cats from y'all area that I've been feeling. That's why I always try to work so close and support you guys, because I feel like y'all are one of the most slept on regions. New York, they always get, because they consider the originators, but I was be supporting like dope hip hop, man, like people that either stay in their lane or create their lane, but evolve, you know what I mean, and put their stamp down as not, a trend, you know what I mean, like not following the trend. So, definitely a lot of DMV cats, like Low Budget, Tab Brown, Ninth, people that, the OGs like Preem and, Pete Rock, and just, I listen to a lot of Golden Era, but it's kind of like I listen to everybody, but a lot of times mine consists of like a hybrid of both. So
it seems like you just like a lot of underground music in general, though.
Well, I like mainstream stuff too, though. But to be honest with you, but like I would say, Dre, Timmy Jam, and Terry Lewis was, like back then they were like my favorite. Still to this day, one of my favorite like production teams.
They did all the Janet Jackson joints.
Prince as a producer, as far as a musician, he's still like one of my top. You know what I mean? Like even though he was doing the new power generation and stuff, he put his stamp down and he's had a hell of a career. So, Michael Jackson, as far as the artist and I don't want to say producer, but I'll say
I mean, yeah, he was a producer too, man. He was, MJ was the ultimate, man. He did it all. You know what I'm saying? He had no boundaries, man. He could do anything, and anything you want him to do, he'll do it.
Exactly. Quincy Jones, to name a few, So yeah, that's mine for the moment. So yeah.
Let's talk about Mike for a minute, man. I'm glad you brought that up, man. I'm gonna start with you, Nate. How did Michael Jackson influence you, and how is it that we all grew up? I mean, when I say we all, I'm talking about everybody in the world, man, because everyone in the world knew Mike and still knows him today. My son loves Michael Jackson, yo. Anytime I play any Michael Jackson music, he gets up and starts dancing. So how is it that we went so far away from Michael's messages, man, when he was out, when he was making music? How have we come so far left from his messages, man?
Well, to be honest with you, man, I would say that due to the media, for one, when he was alive, all the little charges and stuff and the light they were setting him in, I think that made a lot of people go left, But me personally, no homo or nothing, but no disrespect, but I was always a lifelong Michael Jackson fan, to be honest with you. Never turned my back on him. He just influenced me to aspire for greatness, be true to yourself, perfect your craft, and, give it your all. You know what I mean? People always got some kind of negative light or, something to say about it, but he just told me to aspire to be great and to dedicate to your craft. So his influence in me as far as producer and just a lover of music comes from that. I always put on some Michael Jackson no matter what period. It's nostalgia, like you said, about quality and, things like that about a hit record. It's always, he's like one of my inspirations. When I want to do something, I put on some Michael Jackson, and the stuff he talked about, on his records, whether it was, Black or White, They Don't Care About Us, all those addressed social issues that we currently face and will, continue to face. But people could parallel that to, Tupac about what he said, but it's a different, angle. But, it's just that the media, I think, had a lot to do with it. And it's awfully funny that he was more popular worldwide than he was in his own country. That's the part that bugs me.
And that's what I was getting at, too, is, because when I talk to people anywhere in the world, and I ask them who is one of your influences growing up, your musical influences, everybody says Michael Jackson. Everyone in the world, man, knew about this guy, man. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about prophets and we talk about these different people in history, MJ, in my opinion, was a prophet, man. You know what I'm saying? Because prophetical people changed the world. And he did, man. He had 25 years or so, 30 years to change the world. More than that. How old was he, 50-something? I mean, in his time, man, 40-something years when he was making music, man, he definitely, put his imprint on this world, man. And the thing that's cool about it is that he was an underground cat, for real. Like, he was a real dude. But he was able to flip it on the commercial side and get paid off it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what all musicians today are looking for, man, is to stay true to self and still be able to sell records, man.
Exactly.
My man Midas, same question, man. I mean, well, you know what? I guess we got to move on, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Why is it? I'm gonna keep it in light of Michael Jackson, man, because in my opinion, again, man, he did leave a big imprint on music today. You know what I'm saying? But why is it that we're so far away from what it used to be, man? Why is it that people today that make good music can't sell?
That's a very good question. I think nowadays, if somebody tried to come out with the same type of message that Mike did, that he was able to come out with, I think the way that the media is right now, I think it's kind of frowned upon, because there are people that try to do it and they're kind of painted in a negative light. Like,
give us an example, man.
Like Lupe.
Oh, okay.
Lupe. He talks about the issues, and you can tell he's passionate about it. But how do people talk about him right now? It's like they're painting that bad picture of him. So
I mean, yeah, you're right, man. The thing is, I don't know, not firsthand, because I haven't dealt with these people, but a lot of people that I've talked to in the industry say there comes a point where you have to shake hands with the devil, man, in order to maximize on your product, man, because it's up to them. Like you guys were talking about before, what makes a hit record. You're right, man. It is the label. You know what I'm saying? If they choose to push your song, then yeah, it'll be a hit record. If they choose to do it, if they choose not to, or if they do a bad job, it's not gonna become a hit record. It might come back and resurface and become a hit in the future, but it might not be for your time. You're not gonna get paid off it. And but anyways, man, I don't like to get into these conversations myself, man, because I'm a producer, you know what I'm saying, semi-producer. I'm a DJ, and I have heart for everybody who's a part of this too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm part of the struggle myself, man. And that's the biggest question, man. Is how can the music make money without having to affect the integrity of the music, man? You know what I'm saying? PG, what you think, man? I'm playing one of your beats in the background again, man. Round Robin.
Yeah, Round Robin. I made that just like for one of your ciphers, man, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up, man.
I made that.
You should have held on to it, man.
Yeah. Hey, you can always bring it back.
Yeah, I got it. But, you sent it to me, so I got it now.
What was the question about Michael? About Michael, you mean?
No, don't even worry about
All
Michael,
right.
man. I
So
feel
what's
bad
up?
for the guy, man. It makes me sad that he's gone. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude, he, like I was saying, man, he was such a big influence on music, and not just music, the whole world. But basically what I was trying to say is, how do we go so far from those days? You know what I'm saying? Where you can make real music, and put it out there and sell. You know what I'm saying? How do we go from Bob Marley,
you know what?
Stevie Wonder?
I'm gonna step out on a limb here, and people might not agree, but this is just my opinion. I think that it's a generational thing. I hate to say that, but I look at it like my parents say their music was more classy, was a better message, more respectful, and then their seed, it got more disrespectful. Then you got NWA, then you got Little John, now you just got whatever. So it's like the message has been deteriorating over time, and it's just become more popular to be vulgar and to be as far away from the real issues as you can. And at this point, I give it 10 more years. I don't know what's going to be on the radio,
So based on what you're saying, man, like, going commercial is definitely the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because it's going in the opposite direction. And you're right, man. It is generational. You're right, man, because everybody's parents seem not to like the music that you listen to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then your kids and, so on and so forth. But I think that part of that is a fallacy, man, because in a sense, when it comes to music, it's always going to be like that. And I think it has more to do with something within the person, the parent and the child. You know what I'm saying? And this whole thing of, well, you got to be, you're the parent, so you got to be older and you got to do this and do that. Because, just like you said, when they were young, they were listening to that same music that we listened to, but it was different. But their parents were saying, nah, man, that music is too trashy or it's too fast or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's a cycle, man. But how do we break that though, man?
It's the values, like you said. If nobody wants to hear it, they won't play it. If if we as listeners and consumers just basically put it in to supporting and purchasing, this music that's just not, doesn't have any real content, they will be forced to stop playing it, and they'll start playing your underground guys. You'll start playing Lupe. If the people, they have to stop listening to the Lil Waynes, though. You can't just try to bring Lupe to that level. It's just not enough.
But look, check this out, though. I'm going to play devil's advocate, right? Because this goes back to the labels now. Now, how can a person choose Lupe over Lil Wayne if they don't ever play Lupe's track? If Lil Wayne is getting all the spins because that label is intertwined with the radio station, with the distribution company, with the marketing company, and they're all like part of the same team. That's, to me, in my opinion, that's a major problem, man, because commercial radio stations will only play whoever they're in bed with, really. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're really looking to see what the people want, because all they do is feed the people. And like, I don't know who said it before, but someone said, when a song is repetitive, they keep playing it, it's going to get stuck in your head. It's just like my son plays like, he doesn't play, but he watches like Yo Gabba Gabba and things like that. And the music in these shows, man, are so repetitive that it gets stuck in my head. So I'm out doing my jobs, you know what I'm saying? Listen to Havoc, and I listen to like the New Alchemist or whatever. But the minute I turn my radio off, I'm singing ABC and 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's like, it's because they know, man, like, there's a science behind it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to reach into your lower chakras, man. It's hard to touch your higher chakras. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, levels of consciousness. Sex sells, man. It's just the truth. You know what I mean? And it's so easy. And I guess that's where we are right now, man. I'm not going to keep talking about this because we only have a few more minutes. I want to get everyone a chance to talk about, your studios, your music, and give your information out. And if you guys have any last thoughts, any shouts out, let me just start with you, PG, since the mic's on you, man. Just let people know one more time who you are and how they can get in contact with you if people wanted to find you on the internet. And if you got any shouts out, man, it's the time to do it.
All right. I'm PG, producer based in Virginia right now. Do hip hop, R&B, any genre you wanna collaborate with. I'm willing to go there. Nothing's off limits. If you wanna, get in contact with me or check me out, just go to punchinproductions.com. That's PUNCHINPRODUCTIONS.
That's what's up, man.
Just check me out, and if you feel the need, and get at me.
That's what's up, man. Midas.
Yes, sir. Once again, Midas, producer out of Silver Spring, Maryland. The best way to get at me, if you would like to, is hit me up on my website. It's www.midasismusic.com, MIDASISMUSIC. I have all my links up there: YouTube, Bandcamp, Twitter, Tumblr, SoundCloud. If you're on social media, Midas is Music, type it in, you'll find me. Just a few quick shouts out. I'm real excited to be working with my team's District Music Group and the whole Dirt to Gold movement. A lot of exciting stuff coming out of our camp. So just quick shout outs there.
That's what's up, man. Chili Cold.
What's up, fam?
Go ahead, man. Just let people know, man. Same question, right, man. If people wanted to check you out, man, and if they wanted to find you online, how can they find you?
Yeah, if you all trying to get with me, man, the best way is to get with me on my Gmail account, chillycoldbeats@gmail.com, ChillyColdBeatz@gmail.com, man. And as soon as you hit me up, man, I'll get right back to you quick as I can, and we can start talking about some things. Want to give a shout out to City and Company, Peace Entertainment, Yink the Captain, Task Force Records, Cadet, and if I forgot you, man, please shout out to
Shouts out to Cadet. I remember Cadet, yo.
Yeah, man.
He came out to the joint. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
We just finished doing his mixtape, man. We just got that thing back from mastering, man. So shouts out to DJ Momo with Gutter Music Recordings for that.
Word. That's what's up, man. Nate OG on the phone.
What's good?
What's good, man? We're wrapping it up, man. Just let people know one more time if people wanted to check you out, how they could find you online. And
all right, cool.
Any shouts out, this is the time to do it.
All right, no problem. Y'all can follow me at Nate, like the abbreviation for Nathaniel, NateOGDetroit. That's my Twitter. Feel free to follow. Contact me for if you need beats or whatnot. Price negotiable. Shouts out to my label that I'm signed with, GFG Entertainment. Gifts from God Entertainment. Shout out to the homie Kodak, Blue Raspberry, One Below. Shout out to my crews, The Click and the Rap Alliance, another crews that I rep. And shout out to all artists that's true to themselves worldwide. I support all you guys. So definitely keep doing your thing and finding your own niche in your lane and stay dedicated. And I want to shout everybody out. So everybody worldwide, my family, everybody. That's what's up.
That's what's up, man. Thanks for calling in, man. And we got my man E.
Yes, sir.
Let people know, man. If people wanted to find you online, if people wanted to find Leftist online.
If y'all want to find Leftist and if y'all want to rock with the left, you can find us at our website, which will be the best spot, www.weareleftist, WeareLeftist.com. There you can find all our social media links, our YouTube, and if you're on Twitter and Instagram, at The Mighty Left. And I just want to give a big shout out to our producer working with us on completing our first full album, Khalil Ismail. Guy's dope, and we really appreciate all that he's doing for us, and all the members of our fan base. We love you. We thank you for supporting us and sticking with us through all these times.
That's what's up, man. And this is DJ Ohlow. If anybody wanted to check out the archives of this show, it's actually on Tumblr. You can just /onbeat with Ohlow if you're interested in any archives. And I know it's on YouTube as well. YouTube has it's pretty much just the highlights of the show, basically. But if you wanted to hear the whole version, the archives are on Tumblr. Again, this is DJ Ohlow coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. I just want to thank everyone for coming out, man. I appreciate everyone coming out, taking your time to come through on this hot Sunday, man, to pre-record this show. I'm gonna be pre-recording shows for everybody out there. I'm gonna be pre-recording shows all summer. They're still gonna air on Thursday nights, every Thursday night on Radio Fairfax, 9 p.m. And I'll see everybody next week. Peace.